So here's how you save millions of dollars and time wasted in business. So one solid piece of advice I would give to all entrepreneurs out there is to know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you do not know your business, and you need to think about that intensely. This advice alone would have saved me millions of dollars because my former business partner would not have been able to steal from me and from our clients. Owning a business today would be much different than when I initially started because I was so green coming in, right? And you open yourself up to anyone because you don't really know what you're doing, so you really don't know how to assess the quality and value of the information being received. Today, there's so much more access to information, especially if you are on the online space like a coaching or selling courses. But let's say you're running a financial institution that has all kinds of checks and balances, the FTC, the card brands, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, banks, etc. It requires more specialized knowledge. It requires real serious guidance. I'll be honest with you, I wish that I would have known to invest in the proper coaching, which would have been an extremely competent legal professional and or someone who worked in the industry for years, who was already surrounded by competent legal professionals. And so today, what I do is I don't just open myself up to work with anyone, right? I prefer to bring someone on board who comes from a referral than to just bring somebody off the streets who supposedly is an expert in the industry. So I look for people who are ethical today, who are all in, fully committed, opposed to just like years ago, just hiring any and everyone because we need people on board. We need salespeople, so we just hired anybody, right? You do not want to just hire anybody because those same salespeople could be unethical, they could ruin your reputation, they could damage your brand, they could do things that cost you money because they're not thinking about a month from now or 2 months from now. They're thinking about how can I make money today, and I'll do whatever to make money. And some people consider that doing business. I don't, but there are people that do consider that. Today I have much more knowledge in business in general. I'm way less trusting, and I understand the psychology of people a lot better now. A lot of times we get caught up into personal or emotional things where we think people want to help us because they like us or because maybe they like our business because of the loftiness of what it's doing. That's all bull crap. People are helping you because they see something benefiting them. People are befriending you, unfortunately, this is the reality of it, because they see something benefiting them, right? You really can't get emotional about it. It's just, it is what it is, and that's how people are. If I had have known years ago when I first started that you absolutely need a competent legal professional in your space, I would have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, opposed to today where I had to pay millions of dollars to fight my ex-business partner who was basically trying to steal the business from me. It happens, right? And a lot of people don't want to talk about things like this in the industry, but it happens, right? Who was trying to steal the business from me, who also stole money from our clients at the same time. And so you have to spend millions of dollars to fix something. Whereas if you invested in the beginning, you wouldn't have to do that. It's almost like when you're raising your children. Many parents learn this the hard way as well. If you don't invest in them early because you want to save money, you are going to spend a ton of money, in the future trying to fix and resolve the issue. And it's almost going to be unresolvable. So you want to do it ahead of time. The way I overcame this situation, unfortunately, I had to spend a ton of money. I had to learn the very, very, very hard way on how to properly run a business or how to properly have a business partner. And that is by having all the legal paperwork laid out. Taking your time and not just jumping first, taking your time to strategize, to also surround yourself with ethical people, not people who are just money first, because those people are a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to make money, so how difficult would it be to find people who only want to just make money, right? You want to find people who, have maybe mission-based, or they want to have impact. Maybe they do have some ethics about them and they won't do certain things. They will put people first. They won't put money over people. Like, money won't be their God for the most part. They need money. We all need money, almost just as much as we need to breathe. But some of us don't make money our God. I would have surrounded myself with all these kind of people. And today, that's why I surround myself by people who absolutely have ethics and integrity. And so, the way you can avoid that is exactly what I just said, by making sure you work with these competent legal professionals, making sure you surround yourself by ethical people, people who are mission-based, ethics-based, right? That's what I do today, because we're not thinking about how to make money this week or next week. We're thinking about making money over the long term. It's a real balancing act, because unfortunately, sometimes you bring people in who are only ethics-based, who are only mission-based, or let's just call them operational people, where they can move a little bit slow, to be honest with you. And so it's a little bit of balancing there by making sure you get people who are sales and marketing, who are go-getters, but who also have ethics, because again, you don't want to send your troops out there if your troops are unethical. Imagine if you were a general in the army or something like that, and you had two sets of troops. You had one set of troops that had no ethics. They run around pillaging communities, raping women, killing children, killing men, just taking whatever they could, right? That group will probably cause more harm than good. They may win in the short term, but they're gonna cause more wars, they're gonna bring back a whole bunch of bad karma, it's gonna be all kinds of problems. Where you have another group of troops that go out and do the right thing, they do what they have to do, they do the right thing, they get the job done, they come back, you sleep well at night, and that's how it should be. So you gotta think about that when you're building up your organization. So take the time to strategize, make sure you're working with a competent legal professional, create the systems, check the boxes, cross the T's, dot the I's, and have an extra set of eyes on whatever it is that you're doing, so that they can see the blind spots that you and I cannot see. All right, hope this helps. Be good.